Not Different on Now is powered by Sagicor. Wise financial thinking for life.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago, and welcome to Unique Not Different with me, Shamla. And today I have Salome. And Salome, this is the second time you have been here,
Yes.
but this time you have made progression from the last we met. Salome has graduated from UE, and she has cerebral palsy, just like me, but they would see her sitting on a normal chair. If I sit on that chair, I'm not sure what would happen. I might sit. So, Salome, I'm graduated. Morning, how you doing?
Morning, Samala. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good.
You're good? Okay. So can you tell me what did you graduate with?
I graduated with a BSc in biochemistry and chemistry, a double major.
A double major?
Yes.
And in terms of graduation, how excited?
It was a milestone. It was.
Knowing the challenges
Yes.
that you have been through, because I know going back, they considered you a slow learner.
Yes,
Yeah.
they did.
And when they put you in, they took you out of primary school, and you went to Issues?
EC's Learning Center.
Right. And what happened in terms of in Issues?
Well, before I moved to EC's, I was actually at the top of my class in Novelasi.
Mm-hmm.
But then because of my slow handwriting,
Mm-hmm.
they assumed that I was a slow learner. That's why I was placed in EC's Learning Center.
And how you came out of Issues and back into the...
Well, I realized that I always had a love for learning.
Right.
And I realized at the age of 9 or even 10, I was doing the work of an infant. And it wasn't challenging enough for me. I felt that I was kept back.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked my parents if I could move back into my former school.
And were they accepting in terms of having you back?
Well, when I left, I had a new principal. When I left, the principal that was there had retired, so it had a new principal. But most of the teachers remained there.
Right. And
They had already known me.
okay. And in terms of like lab work, I read how you used to be shaking while doing your lab work.
Yes, in
Yeah.
secondary school to actually perform lab work, I never actually did a lab because I wasn't able to pour chemical into a burette without spilling or even a beaker.
Right.
So I had a lab assistant, a student aide, and she would actually perform my labs, and I would just tell her
what to do.
Yes.
And going into UE, right? What was the transition from secondary school into tertiary education, and going from a more compact environment to a more wide scale environment in terms of lab and so on? How did you manage?
Well, first of all, my handwriting is illegible, and I can't write as fast as anyone would. So in secondary school, I had a student aide. She would write my notes and also do my exams. But in UE, I had a scribe to write my exam for me.
Yeah.
But in the classes, I would have to write my notes. However, I was privileged enough to obtain a student recorder from Student Life and Development Department, and that helped me to record my notes so I could pay attention in class and then write it over when I reach home.
When you reach home, so it's like double work.
Yes.
Yeah. But while you're writing, you learn too. Not
Yes.
so?
Yes.
Yeah. And now that you graduate, right? What in biochemistry and chemistry,
Yes.
what do you see your future being?
Well, I've always seen my future being in medicine since I was small.
Right.
My idea of medicine is to help persons like me, like yourself, have a more fulfilling life, because we know persons with disabilities don't have the same opportunities as we would have.
Yeah.
And that stems of late diagnosis, not enough preventative measures. So I would like to eventually make my mark in medicine.
Medicine. And
Yes.
in terms of academics? Do you want to go on academically?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
And study exactly what?
I want to go into the medical field.
Okay.
So hopefully medical
Come on,
school.
then, Shamla. Come on. You know, so what would you like to say in terms of, you know, having a disability, and you have, you know, showed persons that not only can you be accommodated, you know, persons would watch you, and they used to call you what? Shaky walker?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Retarded.
Uh-huh.
Also
Who used to call you that?
retarded. Different persons in primary school.
How that made you feel?
But I never view myself as having a disability.
Right.
I always
same.
had a vision for myself.
Uh-huh.
So they can say what they want. I know
It
what
don't
I
affect
know.
you. It's like a wall they put up. You know
Yes.
who you are and what you've gone there to
Exactly.
do. Right. And to conclude, what would you like to say in terms of persons just stereotyping and not providing accommodation and watching from the outside and saying, you know what, I can't have her, can't accept her or him. What would you like to tell them?
Well, a disability does not define you.
Mm-hmm.
Looking back now, I was a student who couldn't perform lab work, as you said.
Yeah.
Now I have a degree in sciences, biochemistry and chemistry.
Right.
Doing all lab work. I had no assistant in UE.
You had no assistant?
No.
What, did it take practice?
It takes practice
Right.
because I've never done it before. So I've sprayed a few chemicals, but I didn't break any equipment. So that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
But looking back now, it's different. It's great. And people need to know that they can't judge you. You know what you know. They need to give you the opportunity.
Right.
And you need to make most of the opportunity. Even though they don't give you, you know what you know.
Exactly.
So you need to make an opportunity for yourself.
And it also, you're right. And
Yes.
as is everyone's right to have an education, to have certain things. And with that being said, I want to say thank you so much for coming
Thank you for
again
having
and
me.
sharing your story. And I hope to have you even again selling something that you even accomplish even bigger, right?
Yes.
So with that being said, guys, I want to thank you so much for tuning in to this week's segment of Unique Not Different on TTT Live now. That's me, Shamla. Be good, do good. Bye, guys.